Catholic terms part 3. We are starting from the word laity. Laity means the common man, layman. Actually, in Christian terminology, layman means all those common people who are attached to a church, that is the parish. Parish. Parish means the area of influence of a church, or all the common people attached to a church, which is what they call the flock of sheep, gorrelu, gorre sabha. And the pastor is the shepherd. So he's the Gudlakapari, he's the bucolic, 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 or pastoral, Pastoral. So pastoral, bucolic, rustic, Arcadian, Arcadian means Godlakapari. So the pastor is the shepherd, just like Jesus was the shepherd, and all these guys who are attached to the church, they are all called Gorrelu, that is the sheep, the flock of sheep, and they are all collectively called the parish. The people are called parish, and even the area is called parish. So laity, that's one meaning. Layman, layman, laity, all three words mean that. And layman also, in a loose sense, in a general sense, means the common man. Aam Aadmi, the mango man. So let's go to the next one. Lectionary. Lectionary is the stand on which books are kept, and lectern, lector. Well, the guy who's delivering the talk, and the stand and all that. Lectionary. Liturgy. Liturgy means rituals, Christian rituals, or you can make a mnemonic like this. एक लीटर घी लाओ जी, हवन करेंगे, पूजा करेंगे. Liturgy means ritual, religious ritual. Martyr means, as you know, shaheed, or somebody who has died for a cause. Shaheed is an Islamic term. And somebody who dies fighting for Allah is called a shaheed. Mistakenly, we are using this word Shaheed Bhagat Singh. That's wrong. Bhagat Singh is Amarveer. The Hindu word is Amarveer. We don't use Shaheed and all that. That is for Muslims. Next, ministry. Ministry means religious service. Mortal sin. In Christianity, mortal sin basically means not accepting Jesus Christ as the Son of God, and not getting baptized. That's mortal sin. That if you commit mortal sin, you'll go to eternal hell. And venial sin means pardonable sin. Anything else you do is all right. There's a confession box. The Christian can go. He can do rape, murder, and all that. The priest will listen. The confessor. Interestingly, the word confessor applies to the fellow who has committed the crime and he is confessing, and the priest who is sitting in that closed box and who's listening to this confession is also called confessor. So this fellow can confess by saying, oh father or brother or mother or whatever, that this fellow, I have committed some rapes and murders and all that. The fellow will patiently listen. He will sprinkle some holy water and say, the Father has forgiven you. So from Monday onwards, this fellow starts. Sunday, this confession goes on. So this is a very interesting thing that goes on in Christian churches. Right? This is a dangerous thing basically. Right? Because that fellow thinks that it's all over. He is pardoned and he can continue his life. Whereas Hinduism and karma theory will tell you, you can't escape the consequences. Okay. So venial sin means pardonable. Mortal sin means unpardonable. Mortification of the flesh. Mortification means tapassu, penance, austerity. Subjecting oneself to severe discipline and pain in order to gain some sense control. Mysticism. Mysticism is, Islamic mysticism, Christian mysticism, Hindu mysticism. Basically, mysticism is a kind of sect. It's a denomination. It's a subgroup within every religion, in which mysticism believes that there's no need for any dogma or holy book, and communion with God is possible through contemplation and meditation, and that's it. So, your Siddhi Sai Baba is a Hindu mystic. Well, the son says it's a Muslim mystic. Novice means a beginner. Nuptial means pertaining to marriage. Pacifism, avoiding war. Parable, short story with an implied moral. Paraclete. Paraclete means the mediator, the prophet, or Jesus is called Paraclete because he is the mediator. Only through him you can get salvation. There's no salvation outside the church. If you don't accept Jesus, you're finished. So Paraclete, Jesus is the Paraclete. He is the intercessor. Intercessor. In Islam, Prophet Muhammad is the intercessor. Parish, I already discussed that. The area of jurisdiction of a church and all the sheep, the flock of believers attached. Psalms, song of praise. Psalms in the Bible are there. Psalm 137.9. Take a look at that. It says, blessed is the one who dashes your infants against the rocks. మీ పసిపాపలను బండలకు వేసి కొట్టువాడు ధన్యుడు. So that's a very interesting psalm. I don't know what's holy about that. Taking babies and smashing their heads against rocks. That's psalm. Psalm means a song of praise to God. Purgatory is a temporary hell in Christianity. So some Christians will be punished for their venial sins, and after that they can go to eternal heaven. Whereas all non-Christians will go to eternal hell, perdition, damnation. Pix, P-Y-X, is the small bowl in which the wafer is kept for Eucharist. Redemption means salvation. In Christianity, redemption means going to eternal hell, or this, that's eternal. In Hinduism, redemption is different. Redemption means salvation, moksha. In Hinduism, it is freedom from the repeated cycle of birth and death. Relic means a thing that has survived from the past, a fossil, or the dead body of a saint, or some belonging. The Redeemer, Christ is called the Redeemer. Redeem means to recover, get back. Redeem means to recover. The Redeemer means Christ. Restitution, restore to original position. Rites, rituals. Rosary is a japamala. Sabbath is the holy day in Christianity, Islam, and all these Abrahamic religions. The story goes, the creationism myth goes, that God took 6 days to create the world, and on the seventh day he took rest. Therefore, all the believers also have to take rest, and they have to pray on the seventh day. So that's called Sabbath. Sabbath is a holy day. Sacramentals means all the objects connected with the sacred ritual. Sacrilege means anything blasphemous, anything that's insulting to religion. Simony, you see the word money is there. Simony is when religious services are offered, or posts in the church are offered for money. So Martin Luther King, the founder of Protestantism, rebelled against simony. He protested. Simony is a corruption. Sloth is laziness, it's a vice. Stewardship, trusteeship, the highest kind of leadership. Stewardship means, like a steward. In a hotel, the steward takes your order, goes to the kitchen, picks up your food and brings it and serves it to you. A great leader is a steward. Stewardship means the highest kind of leadership, where the person really works to ensure that the resources of the nation are passed on to the people of the nation, not that he loots it and keeps it in some Swiss bank somewhere. That's what most of the Congress party members, the first family, your Pappu family is doing that. Synagogue, stole ante kanduva. Synagogue is the Jewish place of worship, the shrine. Tabernacle is the Ark of the Covenant, or the place in which the 10 commandments are kept. Or any place, holy place is also called tabernacle in Israel. Temperance means moderation, enjoying within limits, or totally avoiding sex and wine. Temperance, the opposite is prodigality, profligacy. There are GRE essays on temperance. GRE essay topics are there on temperance, moderation. Temporal punishment. Temporal means world. Temporal is an adjective for time. Temporal punishment means temporary, or venial punishment in purgatory. Theology, study of religion. Tithing, Tithe. Tithe, you see, is 1/10 of your income you have to give to the church. In Germany, even today, every person, wherever he works, 10% of his salary is taken away by the church. Now just imagine if we Hindus, we start doing that. But our government is looting all our temples. Tirupati, for example, 85% of the collection is taken away by the government. The law is a Temple Endowment Act. But we Hindus are keeping quiet. Whereas the government does not interfere in the funds of Islamic or Christian shrines, but temples they are looting wholesale, and then they will tell you, they'll put up a board there, don't put money in the hundi. If you are a smart Hindu, the board is they'll tell you, put the money in the hundi, right? Don't give money to anyone else. So if you are a really smart Hindu, we should actually start fighting to get this law scrapped. SC has recently passed a judgment also. Temples should be under Hindu control. And if you are a smart, sensible, educated, mature Hindu, don't put money in the hundi. Give it to the priest, or conduct some ritual yourself. Do some anadana yourself. Because anyway, that money is being taken by the government, and that money is being utilized for church construction and masjid repairs and all that. Now this is the worst kind of exploitation of Hindus, and all in the name of secularism. Usury means charging very high rate of interest. Wake, W-A-K-E. Wake means overnight, when a Christian dies, they keep the body overnight. and overnight, they will cry and sing songs and do all those things, rituals. So that's called wake. Anyway, wake is a word with another meaning, secular meaning also. Wake means consequence. In the wake of the revelations made by so and so, a court case was ordered. Wake means consequence. Wake literally means the formation of water behind a ship. When a speedboat or ship travels on water, you will find that water gets bifurcated behind the ship. That's called the wake. The same thing for an aeroplane is called jet stream, slipstream, or wash, or trail. That's it. We have finished these Catholic terms. I hope, though I was very fast, there was no option left for me. If it is too slow, then it will take too much time. I hope you listen to them carefully. Otherwise, you will have serious problem in the GRE. All these terms have already appeared.